Hello guys, in this video I am taking the example on the greedy approach. So the question is, now you have read the question. In this question you have given a array, for example 5 3 6 7 comma 1. Let this is a array and you have to find the maximum absolute difference. So the first approach that came in the mind is that brute force approach. And what is that? You pick up the first element 5 and then you traverse the whole array from 3 6 7 1, and what you will do, for example you go to 3 6 7 1 and take the absolute difference. For example 5 3 difference came out to be 2, 5 6 difference came out to be 1 because we have to take absolute difference. 5 7 difference came out to be what is, and that is 2. Same for 5 1 difference came out to be 4, and you pick up the smallest difference. Same goes to 3, you go to 6, goes to 7 and goes to 1. So this how you traverse the whole array. Now let's try to analyze the complexity of this problem. Now array is 5 3 7 6 7 1. Now you have run the loop for I is equal to 0, I is less than n, because n minus 1, because if you go there you don't have to go at the you don't find the element there. So what I mean to say is n minus 1, because another loop it take the absolute difference there, and for this element there does not exist any element, so we don't have to go there. I less than n comma I plus plus, and for each element I have to move I plus 1 element. For 5 I have to go to 6 3 I plus 1, and from to up to less than n j plus plus. Now if we try to analyze the complexity, okay, that is O n square, because n so O n square. Now if constraint are given, time is given you 1 second and the n is given you 10 to the power 5, then this program is not going to be work, because n square 10 to the power 10 10 to the power 10, okay, because if put try to analyze 10 to the power 5 ka whole square, that is 10 to the power 10, and in 1 second you can do only 10 to the power 8 operations. So this question is going to give you TLE. So what we will do now, the solution came as greedy approach. Now what is a greedy approach? Let's try to explain you with an example. Suppose you are given a coin. For example, you are given coin 1 5 3 2 and 1. Let's take 6, and now a person came and asked you to pick up the two most expensive coin. What you will do? For a greedy person, he will pick up 5 and 6, because the nature of the human is has always greedy, so he pick up 5 and 6. So as a program you can not predict or basically predict the two most expensive simply looking at the array. So what will you do? You will do sort the element, okay, from 1 to 5, then the element, after sorting the array you will get 1 2 3 and 5 and 6, and you pick up the last two elements. So this is a greedy approach. You are by making an observation and by taking the optimal solution, you are picking the last two element, and this is optimal solution. You are picking the last two element. So this is a greedy. You done like a greedy person, and you pick up the last two element by sorting the element. So this how this same approach came to this problem. What will you do? You sort the element. For 5 3 6 7 1, you will sort the element 1 3 5 6 and 7, okay, and now after sorting you will take the difference of the two consecutive element 1 3, that is 2. And why we take the consecutive element? Because we know the difference between 1 3 is always going to be less than the difference between 1 comma 5, because 5 is always greater than 3, so difference is always more. So simply we have to check the conjugate element difference. 1 comma 3, 3 comma 5, that is 2, 5 comma 6, that is 1, 6 comma 7, that is 1, and we take the minimum difference. Look how I will explain one more time. For you first pick up the 1 and then move to 3, then what is the difference? That is 2. Now you pick up the 2 element and next go to 5, then the difference came out to be 2, same as before, so you don't have update your answer. Now go to 5 and pick up the 6 and the difference came out to be 1. Now you update your answer 1. Now you go to 6 and you look the same, you come out to difference as 1, but the difference is same as previous, you don't need to update your answer, so answer is 1. So this how you solve this problem with. Now let's try to analyze the complexity. What the greedy approach improve our time complexity. For the sort algorithm we have done work n log n, because the sorting algorithm or function, that the time complexity of this function is n log n, and you have traverse array for I is equal to 0, I is less than n minus 1, comma I plus plus. You have taken the difference between array I plus 1 and minus array I. Okay, so you simply have work traverse only n time, so the time complexity is somehow equal to n log n. Okay, so 10 की power 5 log 10 की power 5, and this how almost equal to 10 की power 5. Okay, so the approach simply work. For time is 1 second and n is equal to 10 की power 5. So the greedy approach is very useful. You always try to do this, always try to analyze problem and see something greedy is working or not. So now let's try to code this problem. Okay,
So guys, let's write the code for the minimum absolute difference problem. So first we'll declare the size of the array. Okay, that be n. After that we will declare array. I'm declaring it dynamically. Okay, then I'll run a for loop. Okay, then I will call the function brute force. I'm first tell you the brute force approach. I'm pass the array and the size of the array. Then I will go to the brute force function. Let my answer be starting int max. Okay, then what I have to do, I have to run a for loop, because brute force approach is a 1 square and to up to n. Then for is integer, j is equal to 0, j is less than n comma j plus plus, and then I have to declare a variable integer difference. Okay, that is basically absolute difference of the element that is present in the jth position and the represented the ith position. Okay, then I will check if this difference is less than my answer. Okay, yes, then our answer is updated to this difference. Simple. But one thing you note there, we don't have to run our loop to n up to n, because n plus one element does not exist. Similarly, but we have to run our loop j is equal to n, because n can exist. Okay, for the previous. Now simply we have to write print our answer. Okay, same goes to for greedy approach. Now in greedy approach, I have what I told you have to sort the array first. Okay, array plus n. Similarly, after sorting the array, what you have to do is run a for loop. Integer I is equal to 0 to I is less than n minus 1 comma I plus plus, and let's first I declare my answer for greedy approach. Integer answer is equal to int max. Okay, then after declaring, I will check if and integer difference variable again, that is the difference. What is the difference? J plus j, sorry, there I plus 1, because in I have to take the consecutive difference in greedy approach. Then I plus 1 minus I, and I will check if this difference is less than my answer. Okay, then my answer is going to be updated to this difference. Similar approach, and then simply we have to print our answer. Okay, now let's try to run this. Suppose I given array size 5 and element is 4 comma 6 comma 9 comma 2 comma 10. Okay, I build this program. uh, this program no match for the operator. Okay, I've written something mistake, I think. Yeah, there. I think now that's fine. There is no mistake in the code, but why it is 0? I think oh, see, it is basically I plus 1. Now, because we have to run our loop to I plus 1, not J0. Now I got that problem. Now, yeah, that's fine. So hope you like the videos. In next videos I am going to take more example on brute for this greedy approach. So stay tuned. Till then, bye bye.